This is a Keychron K4. It costs 104 Great British pounds. I bought it 3 years ago and it's probably, well, the best keyboard I've ever used. We're going to make this keyboard sound a lot better. Sounding like this to this. By only using lube and some foam. So the first one we need to do is remove the keycaps. To remove the keycaps, just get your keycap puller and then just shove it down and pull it up. And then just repeat for the rest of the keyboard. Once the keycaps are removed, you would then want to remove the switches. To do this, there are tabs at either side of the switch that need pushing in. Once pushed in, you should be able to pull it up, but make sure you pull up straight and not bent, or else you'll bend the pins at the back. If the switch tabs are hard to get to, just grab it either end and, well, with enough force, it should just pop out. But be careful whilst doing this because there's a higher chance of you bending the pins at the back. To remove the stabilizers, there's 2 tabs either side. Press them in and it should just pop out. Once done, there are several screws holding in this metal mesh. Undo them and it should just pop out. We can then put this aside ready for some white paint. Once out, you can then flip the motherboard over. From here we can fill it up with foam and put some masking tape over the back of the board. Apparently the masking tape will make it sound poppier. Once done, we can now paint this metal piece. I'm going to be painting this white to make the RGB a bit more brighter, as, well, black absorbs light. I know you should probably use some metal spray paint, but this wall paint was all I had laying around the house. We're going to be applying 3 layers to each side, waiting at least 15 minutes between each coat. Flipping the mesh over, we can now repeat the process on this side. Whilst waiting for that to dry, we can start lubing the switches. To do this, I'm just going to get some chain lube and, well, shove it at either side, and then repeat for the rest of the key switches. To lube it properly, you are meant to disassemble it and then just shove some on the spring, but I have no idea how you do that. Once done, we can now install the metal mesh and the screws, which I painted white. After that, I realised there was a bit too much foam at the bottom, which was, well, pushing the motherboard up, and it needed trimming off. Once done, we can now install the freshly lubed switches. Now we need to reference the image we took at the start, which I definitely didn't forget to do, so we can put the keycaps in the right place. Once done, we can now install some foam under the spacebar to make it sound less hollow. After that, it's time to test to see if the cycle oil has destroyed all the switches. So far, so good. Whilst doing the typer test, it appears that some of the keys have stopped working. Ripping them off looks like the pins are bent at the bottom. So let's swap the switches out for some keys that I'm not going to use. So now it's time to bend the switches back. As I only have scissors on hand, we'll try and do it with time lapse. Once done, we can now go back to the typing test. And all of the keys work. So now let's compare what it sounded like before and after. And so there we go, this keyboard is freshly lubed and, well, it's sounding a lot more fuckier than it did before. So thank you people for watching, please subscribe, and maybe check out this video from when I used a Coke can as a CPU cooler.